What's up, everyone? Brian from More Than Black and White podcast out in Tudela, Spain right now. Never heard about it until a few days ago, actually. Tudela is about 3 hours north of Madrid. Beautiful, beautiful city out here. It's gorgeous. Enjoying the sunset out here. A little rainy today. Clouds are disappearing. So everything's all good. You know, a bad day in Tudela in Spain is sometimes better than a good day in New Jersey. So I'll take it. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit about setting boundaries. This is a big topic. I've coached over thousands of clients in my life, and one of the first things I always teach them before I sit down with them, or after I sit down with them, I should say, is what do you want out of your life? What are your goals? What do you want to leave behind? What is your legacy? And very few people they don't know what they want out of life. You know, they're very kind of like, oh, I just want to be happy, or, you know, they set these minimal goals, these easy goals, like, you know, I just want to, you know, make an extra 5,000 next year, or I want to run a 5K, or, you know, just like small goals. They don't really set themselves up for anything big. And the problem with not setting these crazy goals, or these big goals that are outside your scope that you think, is you start having a lot of distractions around you. You start saying yes to everything, and you don't get anywhere in life. You're not going to be happy. You're going to wake up in 20 years from now and you can still be in the same situation you are, you know, struggling at work, you know, busting your ass. You know, most of us out there are working, you know, 2 to 3 jobs. You know, I have a lot of friends that are working, you know, 90 hours a week, and it's just sad to see. You know, they're just busting their ass and it feels like they're never getting anywhere. So one of the things that I tell everyone, like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? Be specific as possible. Like, how much money do you want to make a year? If I ask people, hey, how much money do you need to make a year to live the life you want? They don't know. Or they think it's this astronomical number. Then when we break it down, you know, with everything they want, vacations, houses, cars, you know, they want a couple of kids. It's not really that much more than not really that much as they thought they would. You know, for example, like for me, like back in the day before I was crystal clear on my goals, I thought I needed like $1 million to enjoy the life I wanted. And it just happens to be only like $250,000. And I can get by and do everything I ever wanted, save money, plan for the future, and do all this stuff. So I strived to put myself in a position to make that money. And one of the first things I had to do, and the hardest things I had to do, because I grew up, I was a people pleaser. I wanted to make sure I was friends with everyone and everyone liked me. And, you know, but until I became crystal clear on my goals, I was, you know, just serving other people and not serving myself and just being miserable. So being crystal clear in your goals, that's gonna be the first thing it does. The first thing I would suggest you do. And any life coach if you ever work with a coach, should tell you that the first thing. Be specific on what you want. Who do you want to be in a relationship with? What do you want to do in your life? Is it a career? Is it making a certain amount of money? Is it certain people that you want to have around you? Because if you're not crystal clear with certain people you're going to have around you, the universe is going to give you anything. And a lot of times people get these people in their life where they're just energy vampires. They just suck the energy out of you. So that's my tip for you today. Be specific as possible on what you want. Write all your goals down. Write a 10-year goal down, write a 5-year goal down, a 3-year goal down, 1 year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, and do some every single day. And remember, when you start saying yes to things that are not comfortable for you or go against those goals, it just blocks your momentum. It's like almost you have to start all over. It's almost like, you know, pushing a rock. Pushing a big boulder. The first couple steps are always the toughest. But once you get a couple steps in you, the rock starts moving a little quicker. But somebody calls you, hey, let's go out for a couple drinks tonight. That rock comes to a stop. Then you got to start all over. So anything that goes against your goals and your dreams, it's just blocking momentum. So again, do the retro analysis from 10-year all the way down to daily. Hold yourself accountable. People will respect you more. Set those boundaries. I think I said enough. If you guys have any questions, please leave some comments down there. If you have any suggestions on what others should do as far as setting boundaries, I'd love to hear it. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Until next time, Take care, guys. Bye bye.